Okay, I'm going to show you how to get cabinet parts out of Cabinet Vision and nested on the CNC. We're going to start off by opening Cabinet Vision 2021. We know it's 2021 because if you hover your cursor over this one, it says Cabinet Vision 2021. So we'll go ahead and click once on that. Open it up. Go to the File menu. Your job might be listed under Recent Jobs, but if it's not, you can go to Open and then select the job from here. So in this case, we're just going to pick this job here as a test case and click Open. The job will open to a plan view of one particular room. If the job has multiple rooms, it'll usually be the first room in the job. In this case, we're looking at the bathroom. We could easily switch over and look at the kitchen, the hallway. Either way, it doesn't matter what view you're looking at. When you go to make a CNC program, it's going to start off by listing all the parts in the entire job, regardless of what room you were looking at. So we're going to click on the S2M Center tab. That means Screen to Machine Center. And what that's going to do is generate a list of all the parts in this entire job. So you'll see a list of every part. It has a description, a quantity, length, width, cabinet number, all kinds of information about each part. And they're all highlighted. You're only going to want the parts highlighted that you want to send to the CNC. If you are doing regular cabinet parts, you want router set to be set to yes, and everything else in this machine set area to be set to no. If you want to nest drawer parts, you want drawer parts to be set to yes, and everything else over here set to no. You don't have to worry about where it says primary machine, router, nest, yes. You can just kind of keep it as it is. You just have to worry about making sure that only one of these says yes, and it'll either be router set or drawer parts. In this case, we're going to go ahead and run some regular cabinet parts as test. So we're going to keep router set to yes. Chances are you don't want every single part in the job, and so you're going to want to pick the parts that you want. Now you can sort everything just by clicking a header. So for instance, I always find it easiest to click cabinet number. That's going to sort it from the highest number down to the lowest number. But if we click it again, it's going to sort it the opposite way, from 201 all the way up to 301. So that makes it easy to find a part inside of a cabinet. It might also be easier to sort it by description, but if you have just a few parts, you're going to want to sort it to make it easier to find. Once you have found the parts that you want to nest, you're going to want to hold Control while you select those parts that you need to nest. So we're going to select those 4 parts. Chances are, if you are only nesting 4 parts, you are going to be cutting them out of an offcut. So maybe the sheet is a different size than normal. So what you want to do is you want to go over to the material section, and you want to set your materials up so that it cuts it on the right size sheet. So our part might be, our sheet might be 78 inches long, and it might be 42 inches wide. And we're going to set that to 1 because I probably only have one of those offcuts. So we're going to go back to parts, and we're going to select router set and highlight that, and then hit optimize. Now, some of those parts, for instance, this front toe, is too large to fit on that sheet. I can tell because It's red here, and it's giving me a warning here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit no, and then I'm going to go back to materials, and I'm going to switch this out for a piece that is 95 inches long. And now I think that'll be fine to run. Again, I'm going to highlight router set and click optimize. And now it's going to give me a little stack of material here. If I click on it, I can see how it optimized those parts. Now I can also move those parts around on the sheet. I can put them wherever I want, just drag them and let go. If I want to make a nice safe nest where I know parts aren't going to move, I can drag them so that they're a little ways away from each other. And once I've got everything where I want it to be, or maybe I'm just going to leave it alone how it was when it first optimized it, I'm going to click NC code and labels. I'm going to, under router set here, under router nest, I'm going to leave this path alone. It's going to put a folder in the Z drive, in the CNC output folder, and then I'm just going to go ahead and name the folder that my programs are going to go into. So I might call this test 1. I used an underscore because I try to keep spaces out of the names of these files. So wherever you want to use a space, just use an underscore instead. The only other thing you have to change here is the label job name, and you usually want it to match whatever you typed in here. So again, I'm going to put test underscore 1, and then I'm going to hit run, and Cabinet Vision is going to do its thing. I'm going to click through, OK, close, and OK. Now it's created a program. It's going to be in that CNC output folder, and we're going to right click on this folder here, and we're going to go to the CNC output folder. We're going to open that up, and you can see it created a folder here called test 1. So we'll double click that. I like to sort by type, gets all the PGMs to the top, and select everything that's not a PGM and hit delete. I want to check to make sure I created a label it file, so we're going to back out of here all the way to the Z drive, and then we're going to open up label it files and see that I have a file there, test_1.tld. So now I have a label it file and a PGM file that I can run on the CNC. This is all ready to go. These parts are going to be on this sheet in this file here, ready to run on the CNC.